Hello everyone, my name is Dexter Cravens. Let me do a little bit of adjusting. I will be presenting my briefing on the movie assessment for Crimson Tide, and I will be pointing out leadership styles as well as followership styles that were presented in the film. I'll start off by saying that I had never seen the movie before this assignment, and I am so glad that I decided to watch it and really get engaged in the entire film because it really showcased how intense leadership can be as well as followership. Everyone wants to be a leader, everyone thinks it's, cool and great, but that movie really showed how being a leader can really be the decision-making factor of thousands, if not millions, of lives at stake. So thank you for this assignment, and I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope everyone else did as well. So basically, when asked to describe what I believe were core leadership styles for Captain Ramsey and Denzel Washington's character, Commander Hunter, my first response is the captain of the ship was wrong as far as leadership, and Denzel was right in this particular situation. I would say that Captain Ramsey was a coercive leader. So it's a negative word in my opinion because he led by fear. And I feel that if you're leading by fear, how can you truly expect people to follow you and actually have your back when they're simply doing it out of fear? It was very my way or the highway. He felt that he knew everything. He felt that since he had been in the Navy and had very high-stress experiences in the past, that he had the right to basically call the shots on thousands of lives and potentially create a nuclear holocaust. Now, Lieutenant Commander Ron Hunter was the authoritative leader. This leadership style has the ability to articulate a mission and win people over with enthusiasm. He makes a clear path for followers, cutting away the confusion. I think that Denzel Washington did a great job by just highlighting the fact that no one knows for sure what this message truly says. So without knowing for sure, how can we make a decision and release a nuclear bomb onto Russia, which would kill thousands, if not millions, of Russians, but in turn also give them the right to retaliate and kill thousands, if not millions, of Americans. And Denzel Washington, used his passion. He stayed level-headed as much as he could. He didn't, coerce people into fear. That's not how he got that's not how he got the other people to follow him. He really worked very well under pressure, and he was able to even win some people over that were loyal to the captain because they could see that he was really leading in an ethical manner, and I think that that really speaks volumes. And at the end of the movie, he was absolutely correct in his assumption that the message said, let's go ahead and pull back from the initial mission. The second question is, what leadership styles depicted in the movie would you want to emulate and not emulate, and why? Well, once again, I would want to emulate Denzel's character, and I would not want to emulate the captain's character. But specifically, I would want to emulate ethical leadership. And ethical leadership is directed by respect for ethical beliefs and values and for the dignity and rights of others. It is thus related to the concept as trust, honesty, consideration, charisma, and fairness. And that's how I would want to lead. At the end of the day, no matter if you're wrong or right in a situation, if you stick to your ethics, if you stick to your values, and you are really trying to make a decision that is not going to only benefit yourself, but be a benefit to everyone in the situation, I personally feel that you cannot lose with that type of leadership. It could have potentially said, the message could have potentially said, hurry up and bomb Russia, they hit us already. But ethically, Denzel knew that he had not read that message, and it was not It was not a message that you could just assume or hope that you're going to be right. Ethically, he knew he had a responsibility to find out exactly what that message meant, even if it had to put their lives on the line, which it did when they almost got hit by one of the Russians' missiles. So I would want to emulate. Emulate a ethical leadership style. Now, I would not want to emulate the captain's autocratic leadership style, which is a classic leadership style approach which some say is equivalent to a dictatorship or a tyranny. I find that the captain's autocratic leadership was really what which is really what made him lose his leadership position. There were enough people on that ship to realize that the captain wanted it his way, the highway, or nothing at all. He was less concerned about trying to figure out if the message, said to abort the mission, or if the message said, something that would go against what he wanted to do, which was bomb Russia. He wanted to be responsible for hitting Russia first, hitting them hard and crippling them without thinking about the potential backlash that his decision or his leadership could cause not only to Russians but to Americans as well. Okay. And the third and last question was, according to Kelly's followership description, select a scene and describe a type of follower depicted and speak to the type of leadership style that was used in conjunction with the follower. Explain why this was or was not the appropriate interaction between the leader and the follower in this given situation. When the captain ordered the COB, the captain of the boat, ordered the gentleman that was on his side to take back control over the boat when he was locked up in his room, he was being authoritative. He was being an authoritative leader. And the gentleman that was following him was being a pragmatic follower. And that was, he's middling, and he really wasn't sure about his independence or his engagement. And I believe that interaction was really unhealthy, because you have someone that is forcing themselves on a follower that simply doesn't have a backbone, and they're just following just because they can't make a decision for themselves. And in conclusion, I really feel like this was a great experience for everyone to really see how stressful leadership can be, and I really enjoyed having this exercise with the class.